Pups, Vixie. I hope you're having a great day and I hope it only gets better. Welcome back to Minecraft. In the last episode, we got literally anything relevant in our nether and have actually found a fortress now. And we constructed ourselves a mob grinder, particularly of skeletons. So now we have on-demand bones and arrows whenever the hell we need, which will be really helpful with the fact that I'm using a crossbow and crossbows don't get infinity. But of course, before we get to the rest of, Minecraft episode 8, we have to cover the comment of the week. I picked out this comment from Sippy Kitsune, where they say, "Damn, haven't listened to Approaching Nirvana since I was in high school. Nice little nostalgia trip and wonderful art." This was on the last episode of Letra, so thank you for watching it, which I will get into the weirdness of what happened with the last episode in a bit. But first, I will say, if you would like to be the next comment of the week, leave a comment down below. I don't have a theme for this week, so it can be anything you want. It can be silly, it can be stupid, it can be something completely nonsensical, and who knows, you might be the next comment of the week. Now, first and foremost, I will say that the last upload was weird, and all of you noticed that, most definitely. That is because last week, my voice was absolutely positively demolished. I woke up, and I tried to speak, and all that came out was air, which I had never had that happen before. So I took the, well, not the day off, I took several days off, but I didn't even actually take a day off because I was still working on video stuff. Hence why you got a video last week. And hence why you got the first episode of Freezer Burn in a while, which I don't think I've ever address this. Whenever there's a video I have that is not my normal style of content, like usually I would have to skip a video for one reason or another a week, but I end up making one anyway. That is called Freezer Burn because it's just random content that I happened to throw together and decided to put on the main channel for content for that week. So if anyone saw the little sub tag of Freezer Burn on the last episode of Let's Draw, that's why. My voice being destroyed is the reason that there's no commentary, and it's just a speed draw time lapse. But it wasn't a speed draw. This was actually over 3 days, and it was 10 hours total of drawing. We of course have some things to do in Minecraft, and I'm just pumped to be back, really. Which the student of you may have noticed that I have been hard at work with the mob grinder of ours down there, and I have 70 levels to do stuff with. So we need to get some books to do that, because we need to get some combat-y stuff on our axe, and that's the only real way you can do that. But I am noticing that I have wheat on me for some reason, so let's see about fixing that real quick. Okay, so after some walking around a little bit, and some of you may notice with the performance of the game just then, my computer's being really weird right now. Maybe because it's hot, I don't know. I'm not really sure. But as you may potentially definitely notice, my PNG tuber is kind of laggy, and that usually happens. Oh, it's actually not laggy anymore. My computer's being really weird. It's being extremely strange. I feel like maybe there might have been an update going on that I didn't notice, but you know what? For the time being, we're just gonna pretend like things are normal, and we're gonna go on business as usual. I was gonna restart and close my PNG tuber program, but I guess I don't need to do that anymore. So anyway, on the docket, a couple things that I want to do, but we have a big main thing that we want to do, and it's not just talk to Orca. Hi Orca, hi Jazz, hello all of my various unnamed pups. Let's go see the patrons. We haven't seen them in a while. Hello my lovely patrons, which I just remembered, you have 2 new friends now I have to do. Oh, it's a good thing I did that. Oh, do I have 2 name tags? Also, hi Enderfriend, good to see you, buddy. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll do that going forward. So, going forward, if any of you, decide to subscribe to my Patreon, which, huge shout out to all my current patrons, love you all. If you're a patron and you like my Minecraft series, feel free to tell me what, breed of wolf you want to be, and I'll pick that. But these 2 jumped out at me as being, right next to each other and hanging out. Hi, how's it going? So I think these 2 will be our newest patrons, DragonSniper and NotSoMidasTouch. So we'll see about naming them real quick, because I got to keep up the bonus perk of my Patreon of naming my wolfies after you. Valuables. 2 name tags, perfect. And I did not put my anvil in here because that would be convenient and I'm stupid. Nice. DragonSniper, NotSoMidasTouch. Bing. NotSoMidasTouch. All right. Sweet. So you wait there. I need to go get my lead so I can actually be specific about where I put you. Coming out with all the other patrons. Sit, and then Midas, you come over here. Which, coincidentally, funnily enough, Midas is actually a really good name for a dog. The rest of the Patreon family is now here as well, which I think I might scooch Dragon into the... You know what? You can hang out with Enderfriend. That's fine. You're both, like, you know, dark colored and everything. I feel like that's fitting. And that'll also prevent any other further pups from taking that spot. So, Dragon's hanging out with Enderfriend. So, anyway, as I mentioned, we have a lot of levels and we need to do something about that so I don't lose them. Which we did just use 2 on those name tags, but we have, like, way more than we need to do. So, my question is, do we have a good amount of books? Yes, we do. Sweet. So we'll do these first and see if we get anything out of them, and then we may or may not... Oh, well, if we get some doubled up stuff, then we can always merge them, which we may end up doing. We'll find out. But as we head to our, you know, enchanting room and everything, that brings up the main thing that I want to do, because coincidentally, it's down the same hallway. And coincidentally, yet further, we got to move these guys around. We got to make sure we have these guys in, like, a nice safe spot and that they're, you know, easily accessible, most importantly. I might place some hoppers as well under them so they drop the scoots and they get put into a chest. However, that's a lot of iron, and I can't quite remember how many iron how good our iron stores are. Oh, we have plenty. Yeah, we're fine. We need to get our village set up. That's what we need to do. Which, we have the village of the Unnamed Mountain over there. However, that's technically within walking distance, but it's not within convenience distance. So, we're gonna bring those guys over here and plant them in this under construction area that we have right now, after it is no longer under construction and it will need, you know, employment and etc. and whatnot. But before we do literally any of that, we have some enchanting to do. So let's hope we get something good. Lapis lazuli, efficiency 4, fire prot 3, quick charge 1, that's awful. Piercing 4, I guess that would make a pretty decent crossbow, but prot 3, depth strider 2, power 3, fire aspect 2. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move a grindstone down here, because, like, wow. We're just gonna nab this real quick and put that downstairs. We will be making our own, like, proper enchanting room at some point as well, but we need to find, like, an amethyst geode for that, and I don't think we have quite yet. We might have, but I don't remember it. I think if I put it here, that shouldn't, like, block the thing, right? Which one of these is the worst? Quick charge 1. Get out of here. Right? Alright, yeah, still 30. Before we disenchant books, I want to see if there's anything I want to merge, because I saw we have an efficiency 4 book, and while it doesn't have anything else that would be particularly helpful with efficiency 4 on it, hey, I'm just happy that we get, like, efficiency 4 and all. We have an unbreaking 3. Do we have anything here? No. We have a prot 3, so I'll place that there. Piercing 4. I want multi-shot on my crossbow, so we'll probably disenchant that. Frostwalker, prot 2, prot 3, sweeping edge, thorns, unbreaking 3. And I don't think we have unbreaking 3, so we'll probably take depth strider, fire aspect, power 3 maybe. I don't think you can put that on a crossbow, but I'll keep it regardless. That's our efficiency 4 book, so I'll keep that. And then knockback 2 I don't really care about. So we're disenchanting these 4 and trying again. But a little factoid for your for you relatively older Minecraft gamers, you can use a grindstone to disenchant stuff. So if you don't have the enchantments on something you want, or you just want free XP back, you can do it this way. Promp, bump, bink, dunk. Alright, 4 more tries. Let's go. Piercing 4, efficiency 3, sharpness 3. Alright, we're getting somewhere. It's not sharpness 4, unfortunately, but we did get sharpness on something. Looting 2. Yes. Nice. Okay, so we're keeping this purely for the looting on it. And then we have 2 more. Fire prot 4. Wow. We're getting somewhere, at least. Disenchant these, and then we have 2 more. We get unbreaking 3. Nice. And power 4. Damn. Well, the important thing is we made sure to spend all of our levels, and they did not go to waste. We really need, like, a good pickaxe. That's what we need. We need a good pickaxe. We need, like, our big chunky... I just muted myself in Discord. We need ourselves a big, chunky, big boy axe that we can just have forever. However, before we do that, before we properly worry about doing that, we'll say, I want to set up my village first so we can try to get a mending book, which I was kind of scared about, thinking that they might have redone the thing and made it so that you can't get mending anymore. But you can, because on my own personal world that isn't for a YouTube series, I did get a mending villager in this update. So, we can still do that, which means we need villagers. However, before we do that, we have an Unbreaking 4 book to create, which will be awesome for our, you know, what is Unbreaking 4 not a thing? Hello, Creative Super Flat World. Wow, look at the cringe mode Minecraft YouTuber I called myself. I thought Unbreaking 4 was a thing. Alright, never mind. So I guess we have 2 Unbreaking 3 books. One for our pickaxe, one for our axe. So I guess that's kind of cool. So I guess on one hand, it's pretty dope that we don't actually have to merge these and we can keep the levels that we have. However, I did kind of assume that Unbreaking 4 was a thing, and now I look like a silly in front of like at least 50 people. But regardless, I'm not worrying about that right now. What I'm worrying about right now is I might have to worry about food, actually. Hold on. We might have to survive on some crops for the time being, because we don't have a whole lot of meat. We'll see about fixing that at some point. But before we do literally anything, I couldn't help but notice that you haven't liked the video yet. So tell you what, I'll give you an ultimatum, I'll give you an offer here. If you like the video within the next, we'll say 15 seconds, I'll give you an extra special treat. How does that sound, yeah? All right, starting now, you got 15 seconds. Ooh, timer's clicking down. You better like the video. You wanna like the video? Is it doing the rainbow thing when I say it? Because it doesn't do that for me. Like the video, come on. And ooh, shot clock, cool. Thank you for liking the video. Time for your special treat. It's summer and it's really hot, so you get the privilege of hearing what my air conditioner sounds like. But here we go. Yeah. Isn't that cool? It's right above my bed too, so it's really cool to listen to when I'm trying to sleep. Wow, wasn't that special? I bet you feel really good right now. Okay, so let's grab ourselves some wheat, because apparently we need some cows, and we need some food, and we need like anything to make myself feel better. I didn't check my giant crapinator in terms of our furnace wall and everything, so maybe I happened to have cooked some meat the last time I got on, but I don't think I did. As you can likely tell, if you are not just watching the playlist after, you know, the series has been going on for a while, and after this video in particular has come out, you'll know that I have not played Minecraft in a hot minute, and in specific, I have not played this world in even a hotter of a minute. So actually, something we may do when we expand downward and do our village situation is, we might make ourselves a bigger farm with the whole automated harvesting thing I was talking about in like the first episode, and we might start putting in some baked potatoes as well, which, ooh. Do we have any carrots, actually? We do have carrots. We could start eating golden carrots. But at the same time, that would kind of defeat the purpose of me having cows, because that would just kind of be better. And I do like having cows, but I guess in this scenario, it means I could have cows and not have to kill them for meat. Hey, Howie, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. It's really funny you being here and existing after the Minecraft movie came out, by the way. I know, right? I was watching back the first episode not too long ago, and I just want to say that, yeah, you know where I'm going with this. I got in on the chicken jockey meme way before everyone else did, and I think that's really funny.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Baby zombie. What do you think you're doing, you old fuck? Chicken jockey?
Anyway, it's good to see you, Howie. Good to see you, buddy. Time to make more cows, everybody, come on. Come here. Oh, actually, conveniently, we do have a lot of cows here, so I guess I must have bred my cows last time I got on, but I didn't, like, you know, kill them, which is convenient for me. Come on, I'm just trying to get to everyone. All right, you know what, just whoever, I don't care. All right, there we go, good enough. Then you, and also you, and also you, and also you. Everyone, that's probably everyone. Get the hell away from me. Oh, we got another brown sheep. Cool. Anyway. Last cow incoming! Hiya! It's not an amazing amount of beef, but it's a good amount of beef, so I'll take it. Egg, 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 1, egg, 2, egg, egg. You know what? I'll take 2 new chickens. 2 new chickens. 3 new chickens. Now, let's check our giant crapinator to see if I made any food before I got off. And no food. Okay. I did notice that my my furnaces are a little uneven, so I guess we'll do that while I do the Patreon plug. A huge shout out to all of my current patrons. I love you all so much. If you would like to support me and the channel, you can do so on Patreon for just $5 a month, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks, such as work in progress art, whether it be for thumbnails or something I just happen to be working on, for resolution art, including for thumbnails, and most importantly, as a Patreon subscriber, you'll get early access to all of my videos and access to a special channel where I host all of my director's cut and uncut content for your viewing pleasure. Additionally, if you want to support me but you don't want to deal with a monthly fee, which I totally understand, you can always just buy one of my art posts individually, because with very few exceptions, they're all just available for a one-time purchase as well. However, if you want my video stuff, that is exclusive to the Patreon because, you know, they got to be extra special because, you know, they're paying a monthly fee. They get special treatment. You know the deal. But regardless, if any of that strikes your fancy, make sure to head down to the link in the description and check out my Patreon. Once again, a huge shout out to all of my current patrons. I love you all so much. Your support will always be appreciated. And for now, let's stuff up our furnaces with some properly consolidated coal, because that was really bothering me how uneven it was. Now, with all of this in mind, Minecraft. Something that I am particularly worried about is actually getting my villagers over to here when I have the chance to. I have an idea on how to do it, and as my brain is working, I'm thinking that's a really cool, epic, and dope idea. So, if I can get them in a boat... Yeah, I know, right? If I can get them in a boat, I could just plop them down in here or on the river over on that side because of our tunnel right there. And then I can boat it into a tunnel that leads into our subterranean village that we will be boring out for the next, like, however the fuck long. So I think that's our best course of action. So first and foremost, most importantly, we need to actually bore out the, like, underside of our house and also deal with all of the water, which I just remembered we'll have to deal with. But that's all right. That's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I am noticing that I do have to, like, grab that meat that we got and, you know, put it actually in the furnaces to cook. With all this in mind, we don't really need our stuff at the moment. So I'm gonna go in here. What? I'm gonna go in here and we'll just break that anyway. And I'm gonna place all the crap that I really don't need right now into here. So I have plenty of inventory space to fill up with cobblestone and granite and andesite and all these other useless things that I don't want. Why do I have 2 water buckets? What the hell was I doing last time I got on? We're just gonna grab our almost broken iron pickaxe and like 33 ingots. So we have like 12 total with some change, or 11 and some change, I guess. So we can have plenty of stuff with which to use to bore out our, ooh, I don't have a lot of sticks, our underside of our house, which, yeah, I really don't have a lot of wood. I guess a cherry log. Oh, I have amethyst stuff. I guess I just didn't, like, make the thing yet. Well, that's convenient regardless. Get our planks, turn these into sticks. Wow, sweet. We're gonna need a lot of pickaxes to create the hole under our house that will eventually become a village, which, in theory, I probably shouldn't have put my torches away. Spyglass, utility boat, sticks we need right now, beef we gotta put in a furnace, don't need arrows, scoots getting sorted, wheat's getting sorted. Alright, the rest we can keep. And now we have a very arduous task ahead of us, which is a lot of digging. I probably should have grabbed 1 shovel, so I'm gonna go back and I'm going to grab 1 shovel. Do I have a diamond shovel? Do I have the makings of a diamond shovel? I might just make a diamond shovel. Tools over here. No, I do not. So, I'll tell you what, we'll just make a diamond shovel. Because, like, how often are you gonna be using a shovel that you need it to be, you know, you need multiple of them, right? Time for the boringest part of the Let's Play. Get it? It's funny, it's a double entendre, but it's not about sex. Oh, more scoots for me? How inconvenient for what I'm doing right now. If they drop more, I'm just not gonna grab them, honestly. This is the last trip I'm making out into the storage until I need to, like, dump off all of my cobblestone. Alright, time for the most boring part of the Let's Play. Haha, double entendre, not about sex. Cool. Alright. There we go. Okay, so do I want to go... I think I'll do 2 steps in. So this will be replaced. So I'll make that cobble so I know how to... I know I will be replacing it. And this will be obvious because there's already a wall here. We do want to replace the top here. Alright, there we go. Now the question is... actually, yeah, I do have to go back out again real quick. I might just do myself a favor, and I'm going to take 2 of these chests... 2 of the chests, and I'm going to plant them down in front or next to the enchanting table, so I could dump off crap that isn't cobblestone in this specific chest and then sort it out later. And now, the thing that I was actually going to do is I want to see what level at which, like, the water starts. Because the water line is going to be relatively the same. So we'll stand right here, and that'll be our Y. 63 is when the water line starts. So we now have to cross-reference that with roughly, I would probably want to go like 10 or so blocks under the water line. I might go like 15 blocks under the water line. So from here, 62. Wow. I'm already below the water line. That's incredibly convenient. All right, so first and foremost, let's worry about actually getting this done. I didn't grab my torches. I knew I was forgetting something. Except I don't have a dynamic lights mod, apparently. Right, I was using my shader pack for that. Okay, the BRB. Okay, back in action. I actually have a dynamic lights mod now, so I can just hold it in my offhand and do my work. Oh, you know what? I didn't even address my camera mods. It's just kind of a thing I've had on. Yeah, I can see my body now, which is cool. And also when I press F5, I go into this view first, but then I can also have like an actual like proper like off the shoulder third person camera. I usually use these mods, you know, on my own, just in general. While I was just playing on my own in general, I went ahead and got them, so cool thing now. Okay, so I think that would be correct, but I'm actually gonna do one more this way and then go down from there. Alright, anyway, now we can actually do the boring part. Still funny, still hilarious. Okay, so I guess we'll just go 15 blocks down from here. So what would that be? It would be ends in a 7, down 47, I think? Hey Siri.
What's 62 minus 47?
15. All right, we're good. So we gotta go down to Y47. I'm not good at math, by the way. So we're actually gonna be digging for a bit. I don't want to do this. I kind of want to like bring it down and have the staircase like consolidate in on itself. That'd be kind of cool. So to like 55, so it's like 7. Because it's, you know, 15, we can't like split it evenly. We'll go down to 55, and then we'll turn and have them consolidate into one staircase that leads down to the subterranean underground village. We got big plans coming in here, right? We got big plans. Clamp that down here. We're now on 55, and we will come out one more this way. Gravel's inconvenient. Get out of here. And that looks like it's on level with what we're dealing with. And if it's weird, we can fix it later. So now we have to do the same here, which luckily, because of how math works, we can literally just plump this over here. I probably should have moved my armadillos first. So I'm gonna do that. Bump, 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 bump. All right, out of the way. We can now get back to business. So we want to go out one and then go down. So like right here. And we go up one for the roof. It looks like now we go down, I think. I think that's correct. I was generally eyeballing it. We'll figure it out once we have like a route back through it. Because, you know, what with them going to be connecting and such. This is always the coolest thing about building a subterranean home, is just looking at cobblestone for like 3 straight hours. But it'll look really cool once I get my subterranean village all done. So since we're going to be doing a whole lot of monotonous nonsense for a little bit, we'll probably go into time-lapse eventually, but hey, I have some things I want to talk about, because GTA, right? You know, GTA 6 and everything, you pumped for that. I'm mostly indifferent about it, but hey, GTA is kind of cool. The reason I want to bring it up is I've been playing GTA 5 Enhanced a lot recently with my buddies. We played GTA 5 a good amount, like, just on our own, like, separately, and we have recently come back to GTA 5 Enhanced. It's been cool. It's been fun. GTA has been a lot of fun, and most importantly, for my own interests, I suppose, GTA has helped me solidify an aspect of my personality that it had been latent inside me. That is super convenient. Oh, right, because yeah, they were 4 apart anyway, so we can just now put the consolidated staircase down this way. Awesome. But anyway, the latent thing about my personality that I had forgotten about. I am super duper into the V-22 Osprey tilt rotor aircraft. I think that thing is super dope, and I love it a whole lot, and I honestly forgot how much I loved it until I realized that the Avenger was in GTA 5, i.e. the V-22 Osprey tilt rotor aircraft. So, with me coming back to GTA and playing it with my buds again, that was like my #1 priority to getting like the next thing I buy, which I have it now, and it's great, and I love it. However, there's a very particular aspect about said Osprey that I have been thinking about. And here's a uncouth, untoward, random shout out to the Aeromorph community. I get it now. I totally understand. Which is to say, I have a perfectly healthy and perfectly reasonable and regular relationship with that aircraft. I may or may not have named my Avenger in GTA 5 Violet, and I may or may not refer to her as my wife and refer to her as a her, despite the fact that it's an aircraft. But it's a perfectly healthy, perfectly normal relationship that has like nothing weird about it whatsoever, even in the slightest. I just want to make sure that that everyone like understands we're on the same page about that. But hey, I bet you weren't expecting an Aeromorph community shout out in this episode of Minecraft, were you? Ooh, I see you. You may not think it, or you might do, but you may not think it, but you are a subcategory of furry, so I have my eyes on you. With that being said, if you followed me on Blue Sky, you may have noticed that very recently, like yesterday in terms of me recording this, I made a post just emptying out a bunch of OC ideas because my brain was full, and one of them was an entirely self-indulgent V22 Osprey Aeromorph, and that is most definitely absolutely 100% because of GTA reminding me how much I love that aircraft. Not a plane, not a helicopter, tilt rotor aircraft, different thing. And I guess just while I'm on this we'll say special interest mode, I was doing some research and looking into it just because, you know, I felt like it's a thing that I like, and actually learned about an aircraft that is like the successor to the V22, which is the V280 Valor, I believe is the number, which I straight up didn't know was a thing. I thought the Osprey was like the only like proper like tilt rotor aircraft that, you know, was ever made. At least in large by, I think it's Bell Boeing. But anyway, the V280 Valor, while it is not as chunky as the V22, it is still very adorable, and I think it kind of looks like an alligator, and I like that a whole lot. I don't like it quite as much as the V22, because, you know, that's my special interest, my wife, but the V280 is really nice too. I think it's neato. In terms of size, it's more practical because it's like relatively small as opposed to the V22 being fucking gigantic. But, you know, I like the size. I like me a big girl. If the first episode of Wheel of Fortune was anything to go off of, I'm a fan of big girls. Okay, so how big do we want this to properly be? Because we're down in the proper level now. So I'm thinking, no, that would be 18. Because we go 10 out on either side, and then there's 2 in the middle. That's not 18, that's 12. Yeah, no. I'm going to do 8 on either side. That's 16. And then, no, that is 18. All right, yeah. Remember the whole thing I said about me not being good at math? Regardless, we'll do 8 on either side, and then we'll fix it. We'll do 8 by, or 18 by 18 maybe, just so it's a square? Or do I want it to be more wide than it is short? I didn't lay out like a floor plan for this in my head beforehand, so we're just kind of rolling with the punches at the moment, but we'll figure it out. I think we'll probably do wider than it is long. So maybe we will do 10 on either side and then 10 or then 8 out. So 22 by 18, maybe. We'll see how I feel. We'll go big first because we can just fix it afterwards. So 3. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. And now from here, this is 1. So we want to go, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I did have the idea. I wanted it to be like a subterranean submarine thing, but I might be too low to actually hit water. I guess we'll just, for the time being, we'll commit to this and see if we can't actually just, you know, break into the water. But we might have to do some terraforming on our own part to be able to actually do that. We'll find out. Right now, we need to connect these. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the other side as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we should be able to just punch through. We should, if I did this properly, meet up in the middle. I've done my fair share of boring in the past. All right, that one's lined up. Nice and good. And now for the second one, looking for our corner piece. Looking for our corner piece should be right here. Right here. There we go. I was one off in my brain, but the important thing is we got it out in reality. Nice. How tall do we want it to be, though? I could probably just do that tall, but I kind of want to go 1 taller. So, yeah. We'll just break this out, and then that'll be the roof. Because, again, we're going to be filling this in with stuff. You gotta remember that. So we have a lot of boring to do. So, Snowy, hun, I'm going to need you to bring us into a time-lapse, because we're going to be here for a while. Okay. Cool, awesome, dope, and neat. Like 20 minutes or something later, we have our borehole. No, not quite. Hold on. And then we do boop. And then we do boop. Alright, cool. So here we have our space where our market is going to be. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out in terms of it being submarine as well. So, do I have cheats on? Hold on. No, I don't. I'm gonna cheat real quick. I'm not gonna, like, you know, creative mode this or anything, but what I'm curious about is how close am I to the water? If I were to commit and just terramorph, how close to I am not close enough for me to realistically. I guess I could like bore out a viewing platform to the ocean, but you wouldn't be able to see much. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be doing that whole underwater submarine subterranean thing I had planned. So unless I make this like bigger, hold on, we'll just pretend you don't see the caves there. We didn't see anything. Unless I make this like way bigger, then that's not happening. So we'll just deal with what we got. Honestly, that's easier for me. And just so you know, I don't cheat. Here, I'll leave the world and load back in. And as you can see, I can't do cheats anymore. And also my avatar is slow, so guess who gets to restart PNGTuber Plus again? All right, with now that out of the way. Honestly, it's slightly better for me that I don't have to like try and terramorph and, you know, make it so you can actually see the water out. I can just fill this in with like decorative blocks and everything as per usual, and then we will be good to go and relatively fine. I think what I'm probably gonna do first is fill out the floor, and from there we'll have to, I just remember we'll have to figure out how to, like, a way to get them down. I might just like make a hole. I just make a hole there and then literally drop them in, but we'll worry about getting our villagers actually into the market once it's like dolled up and like nice looking. And then once that's all nice looking, we'll worry about the transitional like hallways and the staircase and everything in a minute. But for now, let's dump off all this crap and noggin that we don't need, and let's see about filling in. We'll have to go there anyway. I just dropped it all off then. We don't currently need our pickaxes, so we'll drop those off, and then we'll swap for the, like, other materials. So just, can I just... Isn't there a way you can, like, get all of it? I don't remember. The first of likely many drop-off trips. Here we go. Cobble chest is getting nice and full. You love to see it. That's gravel. And we'll grab our mossy and replace it there. So that's a nice full chest of cobble. Dumpy. That's gravel. I really cannot be fucked to smelt this copper, as you can see with all of the rest of my copper, so it'll remain unsmelted for the time being, and likely the rest of time, honestly. Decoration block, go in there. Lead, also in there. Remainder of copper will go in here. And then pickaxes... As such, I'll keep this one on me along with my shovel. And what's my cherry wood situation looking right now? Logs are less than ideal, and I'm not seeing any, like, wood. So we're gonna have to chop down some cherry trees, which is my favorite thing to do because they grow really smartly and really conveniently. But for the time being, we want the grain going that way. Good to know. For the time being, let's just worry about putting in what we can right now, because we're gonna need a lot more wood in general, because that's what our roof is made of. So we'll figure it out. I won't worry about matching the pattern up there, so we'll just go ahead and do this. Like that. And then... Ooh, you know what I could... Yeah. We're gonna plug in the planks parts with dirt, just so I can get the grain going the correct way on the wood. That seems like a generally good idea, and I think that's what I've done before. And I suppose while I do this, I can say, hey, because I totally forgot to do this, if you enjoy the videos, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell so it actually does something. I've kept up a decent streak right now with whole, you know, like, posting every week, so I'm gonna do my best to keep that going, even if I don't really feel like recording, just so I can see how long I can go with like tolerating it, you know? Slight change in my workflow where I just kind of hop around between series instead of committing to one until it's done. I feel like that's helped a little bit, and what's especially helped is me actually committing a bit more to Let's Draw. And honestly, I think part of the reason I'm more into doing Let's Draw is just because I've been doing, you know, more art in general and getting more practice, so I feel more comfortable about my art. In particular, with that thing we drew of Sybil in the last episode of Let's Draw, I felt like my line art was on point with that, and I'm really happy about it. So I can definitely see some tangible improvement now. I was seeing it before, but not to a degree where I could really, like, comment on it without sounding like a fucking loser. But definitely to a degree where I can register that I have improved. And honestly, I'm vibing with it. If you want to see more Let's Draw, by the way, make sure to leave a comment letting me know. Because at this current point, I just get the general vibe of how people feel about Let's Draw. And the general vibe I get about it is that people like it and they will watch it, but there's other stuff they would probably rather be watching. If that's off base or whatever, just let me know in the comments, because I generally don't know what people think of Let's Draw. I have a lot of fun with it, and it's a really easy thing for me to do, and it's an easy thing for Snowy to edit. So generally it's good for in terms of like content creation on my front. So if there's an excuse for me to do more of it, hell yeah. All right, dirt has been placed. It's gonna make this marginally more easy, because now we can just plug it in and the grain is facing the correct way. Build this out nice and good. I really wish I was keeping track of how many dirt blocks I placed down so I can know how many planks versus logs I need, but I didn't do that. So if you did that, congratulations, you're smarter than me, which is, it's not the biggest feat in the world, but hey, it's a badge you can wear. All right, so we're gonna need a lot. Well, that's all right, because our main deal is an axe anyway, so it's not like we don't have an axe. The thing I'm gonna be annoyed about is filling out the walls for when we need to do that, because with our mixture of like the stripy spruce and dark oak situation that looks really, really nice and I do really love, and it looks like an ice cream sandwich and I want to eat it, then it's going to be moderately annoying, but it'll look really good. The end product will be totally worth it. We'll just hold on to this, because I can always make a new diamond axe. It's not like I'm running low on diamond. Well, I mean, I am, but not to a point where I need to worry about it. I forgot you were here, honestly. Totally forgot I had that. Good to know. Keep an eye out for Fortune 2 books and Efficiency 4 books. Alright, sweet. All for the time being. We're not going to worry about anything that has nothing to do with wood. Time to chop down some of the funnest trees to chop down in Minecraft, because they generate in a really smart way. I think I'll just go ahead and get enough for filling in with the logs first, and then I'll start chopping down just a bunch. Which ones haven't I put lanterns on? Because I made myself inconvenienced in that way. I guess since, you know, I'm doing like mods and everything, I could get like Treecapitator or whatever the modern equivalent of that is. I feel like Treecapitator itself hasn't existed since 1.6 or something, but that may be marginally better for me doing this, so I might going forward end up doing a Treecapitator thing. I won't do the full cheaty thing where I just chop one block and get the whole tree. I'll probably look for one that makes it so it actually eats the respective amount of durability from your axe when you chop down a tree, just so it's slightly less cheaty, you know? I don't want to cheat in Minecraft. That defeats the point, you know? Alright, that should be enough for filling in, at least. So, let's see about doing that. Which, actually, just so I can save my actual trees that are here for decoration and making my shit look prettier, I'm actually gonna mosey on out over here this general direction and probably bone meal these trees if they don't just grow immediately. So I have some separate choppy trees a la those away from my actual like decorative forest and everything. That seems like it might be a good idea, because I can always just chop these down and replace them as opposed to having to weed through my proper trees that I want to keep. We're just gonna place down a bunch of these soccer trees. There's a whole hecky bunch of them, and that's probably too close. Go here. Excuse me, don't worry about me. Yep, I'm out of here. Let's go plug in a little bit of our floor, huh? That is genuinely infuriating. Awesome. Well, I guess with this in mind, we'll knock out the dirt right now because we have one log that we gotta put in. And I annoyingly put away my shovel because I wasn't gonna use it, except I literally was. Oh, phantoms, that's convenient. Because I am gonna need phantom membranes for when I have to fight the ender dragon, because I like having me some slow fall potions, so I don't have to MLG bucket if I don't need to. Okay, so we'll keep the one dirt that I need to actually like place this properly. So luckily it has a torch on it. Everything else is going away, and then we'll just do +1 for how many planks we need. This sort of stuff, it's all about finding an efficient method to do it. Yeah, baby, look at us go. And speaking of efficient, we now get the pleasure of walking through all of these and getting all of the dirt, so I can count. That'll be fun, won't it, gamers? Good thing is, it is most definitely an even number. Probably. Oh, and I just realized that this needs to be here. There we go. I guess the real silver lining is that it takes 5 minutes for dropped items to disappear, so I had plenty of time to comb over this and make sure I got everything. Oh, what if we do third person? Yeah, there we go. I knew I'd find a use for this, and it's not just cinematic and cool. Third person makes this so much easier. Now I can see everything. Just a shoulder surfing reforged, or whatever the heck this mod's called. Shoulder surfing reloaded. Close enough. Alright, now let's just do a once over. Keep an eye out for dirt. Keep an eye out for dirt. Do I see any dirt? Do I see any dirt? No, I do not. All right, cool. So with the +1 from this guy over here, oh, nope, a little bit more. +1 from this guy over here. That should be numbers. 88? 64 plus 24 equals 88? That seems about right. So we need 88 cherry planks to fill in this the rest of our floor. Good to know. Let's get to it, I guess. You know, I was having a thought just then. You don't really think about it all that much, but like the level of mental fortitude you gotta have to be one of the people that has like a multi-hundred episode series of Minecraft. Like, so much of Minecraft is just, you know, spending time doing monotonous tasks and all this stuff, and just like, oh my lord. Obviously I love it because, you know, I've been playing Minecraft ever since I was a kid, but doing all this and actually having to do like commentary and keep it somewhat interesting, it's definitely its own beast. Mr. Beast! Alright, see about, let's grab our bone meal before we leave. Is it with our farm stuff or is it in like natural things? Don't know, don't care. Look at how many bones I have. That's why we have our mob farm, baby. And among other, like, 3 other separate, also helpful reasons. Any of them grow naturally? Of course not. I'd imagine I'm probably just slightly too far out of a chunk for it to count. There is a creeper right there, so... Hi-yo! You have been chosen. The ideal scenario is, whilst I'm chopping this one down, more of them grow. But, I suppose we'll just have to see about that, huh? I hate chopping down cherry trees so much. If their wood wasn't so amazing looking, I would not bother. Like, Lord Jesus, what is this nonsense? Oh, your mom got you cherry trees? I just got boring regular oak trees. Put a sock in it, nerd. I have to spend 3 times as much time as you do chopping down my trees. Oh man. Metal text drop down. Cherry trees. To the extreme! Now you're playing with superpower. Oh, you kids and your trees. Get out of here, Mom. You don't understand. And then fucking Shub Nijaroth comes in through the window, just... Okay, so if I'm doing my math correctly, I should take 22 of these bad boys, and that should give me exact change in terms of cherry planks that I need. So let's find out if I did math correctly at all. Probably not, but we're gonna find out together. Aha! Exact change. That's what I was looking for, baby! Now we have our nice, good, epic and cool checkerboard pattern floor, which will always look good and is always a hack on how making your floor look good. So we just do some plonk there, some plonk there, some plonk there, and plonk there, so it's nice and lit up so no monsters spawn down here. And now the rest of our wood will be dedicated to filling in the roof, which is gonna suck, but a baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. Hold on to your diapers, babies. Okay, so grain facing the same way, grain facing the same way. Good. My best course of action is to just start filling it in from this angle, which is gonna be moderately annoying because it's just slightly out of range. But honestly, so long as I don't accidentally plonk down a log in the incorrect configuration, I'll be happy. Wrong angle plonking is like my least favorite thing. Oh no, the wrong angle plonking. I'm over it. Oh. We officially have a Diamond Axe casualty, everyone. Make sure to put your Fs in chat. Hey, we have a natural grow tree, though. You know, all it required was a human sacrifice. If the human was a tool made out of diamond sticks. Get back to me on that bit. We'll figure it out. I'm not quite sure how long this video has been on your end, of course. But it's been, like... almost 2 hours of me just, like, boring and chopping and boring and chopping and doing some boring chopping and chopping some boring. My brain's kind of fried, honestly. That's just how the cookie crumbles, baby. That's what we live for in Minecraft. Regardless, we're still going to fill in the roof of the, like, the stairwell and everything. So we're going to need more, most likely. We're especially going to need more because we have to turn some of the corners into cherry wood and not cherry logs. So there's no, like, exposed log portions as such right there. Here, we don't have the exposed cherry log portions, but up there we do. So really it's only the entrance that has them. There a break? No, actually. Interesting. Huh. That's what I thought there was. There will be a break there, though, because of the, like, the divider I put of the spruce planks. But for the time being, we ain't worrying about none of that crap, because this place still gotta be filled out. I know it made my house look awesome and everything, but why'd I have to go and use, like, such expensive and hard-to-do, like, materials for the interior of my house? Do you know how many resources go into making an interior? You should have an idea right about now, because you've seen the previous episodes of me making an interior multiple times. And we need 6 more. Swag. Oh, come on, you're being so cool, Mr. Baidu. You know, one of these days, I'm gonna get a mod where I can, like, tame spiders, and I'm gonna have a spider friend, because I love spiders. I especially love Minecraft spiders. I think they're super cute. I should totally get a Minecraft spider plushie. That'd be so cool. Alright, subscribe to my Patreon, or, like, buy my art or something, so I can buy a Minecraft spider plushie. Very important. Upgrading my PC, new CPU or something? No, fuck that. Minecraft spider plushie. If there's one thing I am, it's a consumer. Give me those plasticides and microplastics in my bones! What the hell is a plasticide, by the way? That was just in my brain. I hope it's not anything, like, untoward that I accidentally, like, self-reported myself for knowing about. I hope that if it is, it's evidence enough that I have no idea what it actually is with the fact that I used it and I'm now questioning it. Oh, that's actually a very offensive term used to refer to the slaves during the American Civil Wars, so, looks like my YouTube channel is going to be deleted. Damn, we had a good run. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment before time runs out and the channel gets deleted. I think I'll just go until I run out of bone meal here, and then I'll call it good there in terms of wood, and see if that's enough to fill out our stairwell. Because obviously we have enough for the roof of our... Oh, crap. That's not what I wanted. Obviously we have enough for the roof of our market, but we don't have, well, as far as I know, enough wood for our stairwell, which is going to be also, as I mentioned, annoying as hell to do. But we'll get there eventually. Now, the thing I'm wondering about is, what do I want to do for, like, the interior decoration? Whoops. Well, that is now officially useless. I guess we'll turn that into planks preemptively. I'm not sure what I want to do with the interior of the market stall. I did just remember that now that we have glowstone, I need to put like glowing shrubs and stuff in our farm for like a natural, cool looking source of light so monsters don't spawn in there. So I may do a similar thing there. It might be neat to have some sort of like fountain in the middle, but I'm not really well versed on building fountains. But hey, maybe it'll be a fun project that I can do with all of you at my side, so you can see me experience the joys of trying to figure out how to build a thing in Minecraft I haven't built before. Alright, unfinished roof, your days are numbered. Start counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a shame. Alright, cool. Roof and floor have been done. We'll get to the walls soon enough, because that's a very particular material, and also we're gonna have to bore out the walls here and replace them. So, what I'm gonna do next is we're gonna put in the roof for the stairwell, and then we'll put in the walls for the market, and then we'll put in the walls for the stairwell, so we can see exactly how much we need for the stairwell, and no more, no less. Got it? Good. This should be relatively easy for my situation. Ooh, that's too low. Oh, nuggets. We have to go up one. Crabe. Okay, yeah. So we'll just have this be the decider here, right there. And then from there, we want to go up. Yeah. So all these stone things here are going to be replaced with cherry wood. So that means I need my pickaxe again. And I just remembered I turned up the music for my patrons and forgot to turn it back down once we came out of the time lapse. So whoops. Sorry, Snowy. As such, like that. Then we want this to be up one as such. Fill this bad bitch in, which actually, because of the manner in which we have set this up, we don't really need wood, because we can just place it like this because the grain is facing that way anyway. So this actually worked out pretty well. And I think we have enough to fill in the whatchamacallit, roof. The thing I've said like 17,000 different times in this one episode. Yeah. Let me just make sure. Oh, right. I haven't done this side yet, so I guess we'll do that now, just to make sure it's nice and even and correct on either side. And then we'll just start filling in from this side. Come on down to the other side. Come with us. Through the gates of hell. We will drag you from where you are and bring you to where you belong. We will drag you from where you are to where you belong. That's the lyric. Any pendulum listeners in chat? I'm apparently all about, like, you know, mid-2000s and like 2010s era EDM. What with me approaching Nirvana music in the last Let's Draw episode. So I'm just about raw vibes, you know? So roof is plugged in. So that means the next step is walls for the market. And then once the walls for the market, I just realized I have to do this real quick. And once the walls for the market are done, that means we're officially ready to go. My left elbow has been really cracky today. Have any of you noticed that? I need spruce and dark oak for the doodad magoodad. But before I do that, I might actually put in my stairs first. Just so we have stairs. So we're actually just gonna turn all this into cherry planks, because I don't think we need logs anymore at all. So I'm just gonna commit to it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and like, fuck. But right now, we'll just worry about putting in our stairs, which I think like 80 is probably fine. That's probably a little bit more, but you know, I'll have use for stairs at some point. So let's put our stairs in our offhand and start, ooh, maybe not do that one first. We'll do the down first, just because we know that this one meshes well. Save a little bit of hunger going back up and down this thing all the time. We're gonna be making a couple trips going forward. And moreover, when we're putting in the walls for this place, it's going to be more accurate and more convenient if we already have the stairs in. As such, example. Oh, that's a convenient 16. Oh yeah, because I went down 8. Did I go down 8? No, I didn't. I went down 5. Wait, no, 7. Because there's an extra one. Yeah, okay. Never mind. That maths out correctly. We're good. In theory, I don't have to knock this out, but I want to, so I'm going to. It's my house, I'm playing Minecraft, and you can't stop me. It did just occur to me that I do have to redo the floor in the stairwell as well, because I totally forgot about this, like, transitional, like, area. There's a specific word for that. Liminal spaces are this word, but I forget what the word is. Is it transitional? Like hallways and things. There's a specific word for the type of like corridor where there's nothing in it. It's just a means of going from one place to the other. Is it literally just liminal? No. There's a specific word like transitional, and I feel like that might be it, but at the same time my brain's telling me that's no. So I don't know. Either way, we have our stairs in. So stairs are in. Walking up down is convenient now, as opposed to moderately annoying. So now we have to go get our dark and our spruce, which I am going to do myself a grand old favor, and I'm going to mark out where the line starts. I'm going to mark out where the line starts so I know, I keep it consistent with the rest of mine. So unfortunately, it looks like the line is going to be on the ground here. It's going to be in the ground, actually. That's honestly perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. So it's in the ground now, so it's this one right here. Bonk, then we'll just do that actually. Then down to bonk, and then down to bonk. Alright, and now we have our lines set up, so we know where we want our dark oak stripes to be. Cool. I'm not going to worry about boring it out right now until we have the dark oak for it, and I'm just going to bore it out while I'm replacing it. Which, depending, I may or may not already have the dark oak for it. I don't know, I don't remember. It's been far too long for me to keep general stock on what I've got in terms of, like, decoration. We have a lot of dark oak slabs, so that makes me think I must have converted my blocks at some point, like, relatively early. We have spruce logs and, like, 9 dark oak planks. Moderately annoying, so we're gonna have to chop more. That's okay, though. And we did actually get some dark oak trees from the dark oak forest, didn't we? I think we did, but depending on how many I specifically got, we may not have gotten enough to, like, sustain if we get unlucky with the sapling drops. I don't quite remember. Refer to the thing I've said a couple times now about time. The good thing is we have plenty of spruce. It's just a matter of chopping it. And we do have dark oak, boys. Nice. Only 2 of them, though. So I'm going to have to be on top of getting up here and getting the saplings. But at least for this, because we don't need very much dark oak, we should get enough from just chopping down both of them. If this doesn't work out, we might have to make another expedition over yonder way to get to our dark oak forest and actually have a sustainable supply nearby of dark oak wood. Because anytime we're going to need to, you know, make an expansion on our house, we're going to need more dark oak. So it's very important that we have a reliable supply nearby. I'm a poet, and I wasn't even sure about it. Not looking like any sapples, so I guess I'll worry about placing down my my dark oak and then check back up in a second. More importantly, I just want to get out of this rain, because the YouTube bitrate. Yeah, crump all of this into dark oak planks, please. Ooh, thunderstorm. Do I want to bother resetting? Not really. It is kind of scary, though, because I do have, like, you know, wood structures and all. But realistically, I have literally never had a scenario where a thunderstorm in Minecraft has destroyed something I built. Set on fire, sure, but never destroyed. Just realized that I didn't quite bore out the wall properly for this. So we'll do that. No! Ominous thunderclap. It's really good that Minecraft's like audio design in terms of like, you know, thunder and everything isn't all that great, and it's kind of low fidelity. Because if Minecraft had hyper-realistic thunder noises, I would not be having a good time. Like, my astrophobia gets in the way so fucking often in game. The That was really close. My astrophobia gets in the way so fucking often in games, and it's so goddamn infuriating. Especially with the onset of, like, you know, arachnophobia mode existing now in games, which I think is just the stupidest shit in the world. Why the hell does arachnophobia get special treatment? I know it's a common phobia, but, like, Jesus Christ. As someone who has a phobia that is less common in, you know, people having it, but insanely common in video games having good, you know, sound design and everything, I fucking hate that shit so goddamn much. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is wrong. Oh, yeah, there was my mess up. Hey, this is a heads up. If you're an indie developer and you're making games and stuff, don't put hyper-realistic thunder in your games, or if you do, make an astrophobia mode specifically. Don't make an arachnophobia mode if there is, you know, spiders in your game. Make an astrophobia mode, and just invite all of the people with arachnophobia to cry about it, and then, you know, to, like, eventually add it when people ask for it. But, you know, a good way to make people, like, pay attention and like your game and, you know, come back for more of your games is to be, you know, be kind, to be like, hey, that'd be kind of cool, and add things when people ask for it. I'm not an indie game developer whatsoever, but, you know, I pay attention to indie game stuff, i.e. I drew Sybil, main character from an indie game. Bottom line is TLDR, fuck arachnophobia mode. It's so dumb. Arachnophobes, L plus ratio plus cry about it. L mold seethe cope. How was the Minecraft movie, by the way? I had a chance to watch it, but I was, like, busy and didn't want to, so I haven't watched it. But it seems like the kind of movie that would be so horrendously awful, it like, flops back around to being good. And, you know, as much as he is a meme now, I do like Jack Black as an actor, even though he kind of plays the same character in every movie. I think he's funny. I think he's fun. I'm not too much of a snob when it comes to this sort of thing. Like, I like 8 Crazy Nights. I like a couple Adam Sandler movies. I reference Billy Madison every so often. I reference Click all the time. I can appreciate a good bad movie. Okay, so I think that's the dark oak stripes for the stairwell all done and dusted. So the rest just has to be spruce. So let's head down here. See about plugging in our stripes for yonder way, which will be really convenient because we can just go around in circles and do it as such. I'm still not quite sure what I want to do about the interior in here. I might honestly just get some villagers down here, like, for the last thing I do in this episode, and then leave it up to the comments to give me ideas on what I can do for an interior, because I really have no idea. I'm not sure how many of you will be, you know, paying attention enough to, you know, or paying attention enough or also play Minecraft enough to have good ideas for what to do for an interior for a market stall. But hey, you know, it's YouTube, and I have a platform, and I have people who comment on my videos, so I suppose it's worth a shot. Plus, if you watch this far, you know, you deserve to have, like, some sort of influence on what's going on, because, you know, video attention is a very important thing, and watch time is a very important thing, and I make long-form content, so usually my numbers are not very good for that. Regardless, we now have our dark oak stripes in, so that means it's spruce time, baby! Which will be considerably easier, because I just knock down, like, one tree, and I'll have enough. Alright, time for some bitrate destroying tree chopping. Let's fucking do this, baby. Yeah! I think this sort of tree is, like, the one with the most log. It's either this one or that one. I think maybe this one? So we'll chop this one down. Then I'll keep a mental note if I have to, like, restock and see if I'm correct in that assumption. I know the double trees with, like, the leaves that are really low to the ground are the ones that get the least. And it's really annoying when you get those, because not only are they, you know, the least amount of log production per tree, they are also big and in the way about it. Which I did just remember I did not check our dark oak apples. So I hope it hasn't been 5 minutes if any of them spawned. I could jump down right now, but at the same time, it won't kill me to just boat for like 5 minutes in one direction and find the dark oak forest again. Whether this gives, like, the most or not, it definitely gives a whole hell of a lot of wood. Then we stand in the middle, and now we just move our camera in circles. Do we have 4 sapples to replace the tree? 4 sapples to replace the tree? Maybe yes, no? Alright. Plonk, plank, plank, plonk. Cool. Let's head back inside and see if this is enough. We got 64 and 48. So 64, 48, that's relatively easy to remember. If I need to chop down the other tree, we'll see how much it is. But before we do any of that crap, of course we have to put our walls in. So make all of this shit into plankus. And now, let's get to work, baby. all good. This is all good. And that is all good. All right, sweet. Now we just have this part down here and the market stall walls. Which, instead of filling in these, you know, 2 at a time, I might just bore this out entirely and then fill it on all at once. Just for sake of general satisfaction. Coincidentally, that was my CO when I was in the army. That's why I have such good manners and I'm great at taking orders. No other reason. Now we are officially cooking with gas. I know I've said that a couple times now, but now it's official. So now we just loop back around in a very easy manner with our sprucey blocky here. And then, in terms of shell completion, our market stall will be ready. And I think from there, I'll just worry about bringing the villagers here so I can start, you know, like doing stuff with them. And then that'll probably be this episode, because, oh boy, it is hot in here, and I am in desperate need of turning my AC back on. Probably get some ice cream, too. I think in terms of interior decoration, I think I will definitely do some hanging lanterns in here. Do I have space for a chandelier? Not really. So we'll probably do some hanging lanterns. That'll probably be our lighting thing here. We might throw in some glowstone here and there. We might have a fountain in the middle. I'm still not quite sure what I want to do in terms of interior decoration for my market. As far as the market itself is concerned, it is completion. So, with that in mind, it's even numbered, so there's no definite center. So I think we'll probably do like this, maybe. So we want to stand here and plonk it there, I guess. Is it 2 away from the wall? Or is it 1 away? It's 2 away from the wall in either direction. And then there's a space of 3 there. And see how that looks. Space of 3 goes in the center here. Okay, so we'll just do 1 more in this direction. And that should make it so they're evenly spaced apart, right? Not evenly spaced apart, but aesthetically placed apart. So it looks like, you know, that we have the intermediary section here, and then to either side are the actual markets themselves. Which, honestly, that works pretty well for, like, you know, sorting. So I could have specific villagers over here and specific villagers over here. Or even, if I really wanted to, I could have all of my villagers over here, and then either my enchanting or my armadillos over here. But realistically, I think this whole part here is going to be my market stalls specifically. Just so I can have a bunch of villagers, because having a bunch of villagers can be very helpful. You don't really need just exclusively 1 of each. It's really helpful to have a bunch. So, I need 8 lamps, and then some chains, probably. I might actually just do... I might do some sort of fence instead of chains. We'll figure it out. I think, actually, we'll do fence for the nub, and then chains coming off of that. What sort of fence do I want to do, though? Probably not nether brick. I might just do dark oak for, you know, to match the, like, stripe, because it would be on that level. Oh, right, we have to do the floor here. Totally forgot. We'll get to that eventually. What we need at this current moment is we need dark oak stairs, and we need chains. Which, chains are really easy to make, and I might still have them, but I'm not sure. Let's just put our random crap away, grab our dark oak planks, and see about actually making some stairs here. Honestly, those 4 iron nuggets will probably just be however many we turn into chains. It's the other way around. Never mind, we need more. We'll make 2 of these, so it's a nice even number. Split it up, 11, and 11 in the middle. Chains. Boom. 11 chains. That's probably more than enough, but hey, I might find a use for chains eventually. I did literally just remember that we do need 8 lanterns, though, so we still need more. And we don't have enough nuggets to make another ingot, so those will be there. Now, for realsies this time, a plonk down here, and right here, look up, right there. And then if we do a chain on each, that might be kind of low, but we're gonna find out. And honestly, I might make the fences connect, but I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I'll place them all down to see how I like it, but I feel like that's a little bit low. We might just do the fences and skip the chains, and then knock out our torches because we don't need them anymore. Yeah, no, that's far too low. Skip the chains. Just do the fences. I'm actually gonna break 2 of them so I can just, you know, start replacing them immediately. Oh, it's a good thing I caught it. Those 2 are wrong. It's a further good thing that I need to, you know, replace the stuff anyway. You, my friend, need to go over to the right, left. You need to go over the left 1. Wow, that wasn't even close. 1, 2. Much better. All right, cool. So, in terms of functionality alone, I would say our market stall is done. What we're going to do is we're going to just put a fence gate here for the time being, and then we're going to see about moving some villagers down there. I probably won't worry about them actually, you know, giving them proper jobs quite yet, because that's kind of a pain in the ass, but I will at least put them down there. With these fence gates and everything, coincidentally, helpfully, I don't think they can open fence gates. And we're going to place these guys down, so just in case they can, I can cry about it. But what are gonna do now for next thing we do, yes, is we gotta make ourselves a boat hole. Don't laugh. It's not funny. Don't laugh. We gotta make ourselves a boat hole so we can just boat over with our villager in tow and fall in the boat hole and then break the boat and then have our villagers in our market stall. I'm annoyingly gonna have to turn on cheats again just so I can make this a little bit easier on myself and just go spectator and see where specifically I want to put it to make it like as easy as possible to fix it. Because if I put it in an annoying spot, it's gonna be very annoying to fix. So let's see. If we go over here to the corner, it looks like we have open access to the ocean. So right here, it would be kind of annoying to fix, but I wouldn't say I hate it. Yeah, I think down here, we're gonna drop it down into the corner. We might... I think we're just gonna do a 2x2 in the very corner, and that's how we're gonna do it. I don't want to restart PNG Tuber Plus, so I'm just gonna take my word. I'm not gonna cheat. We'll just knock out the roof here, and then we'll see about start building up and eventually flooding this place, of course. But you know, you gotta crack a few eggs, make an omelet, you know. And luckily, because of the specific configuration, not configuration, location, the specific location of hole we're gonna make, we should just have a straight shot from the ocean to that place, and it won't be completely submerged, so we can just block it off, and they'll fall in just fine, which is really convenient for me. We're just gonna grab dirt, pillar up, and bust out the boat hole. Don't laugh, it's not funny. And then Operation Smash and Grab will be a go. I will have to remember to break the farmer's jobs thing. The farmer's job things. There we go. So they're not farmers anymore, because I do want to make sure that I have complete and utter control over what my villagers have in terms of, you know, what they can sell. Yeah, I think that's the random pocket that we saw. So if we just keep going up here, we should hit open air. The extra cool thing about this not being directly connected to the ocean, that I don't have to worry about using bubble columns to make them source blocks again to fix the ocean. That was the thing I was super worried about when I was thinking about like doing this like submarine thing that I kept talking about. But regardless, we now have open air, which means we can just go up there and see if we can make it convenient. I'm not quite sure if I have a direct shot from the ocean so I can just boat into the hole directly, but there's only one way to find out. I'll keep this all on me so I can fill in the hole when I need to. But first and foremost, we're gonna go to bed so we don't have to transport villagers whilst zombies are walking around. But most absolutely importantly, we have to enlist the help of an old friend. Get over here, utility boat. Where's utility boat? There he is, utility boat. Good old utility boat. Aha! Okay, there we go. Yes, we do have direct ocean access to this doodad, which I think what I might just do, this part would be easiest to like fix. So I'm gonna go grab those two dark signs, which actually was 4 because the under construction thing. We're gonna grab some signs so we don't have to worry about plugging it up, and we can just boat directly through because there's signs in the way. As such, hi Wallace, by the way. I haven't said hi to you, but you're here. Hi Wallace. Let's go ahead and fix our boat hole. Still not funny, don't laugh. And make it nice and easy to flow right in. Ever occur to you that that Flowrida's name is Florida? Isn't that kind of weird? Sign there. Sign there. No, wait, no, it's just, oh, now I have to walk all the way back. Ah! The most important thing is our boat hole now has direct ocean access, and we can just boat directly into that and drop our villagers down into their new place of business, which I know exactly who is going to do that first. You know what? I haven't been, like, using my armor basically at all. Just take it off. It's too hot to wear my armor. Oh, my dear friend, Mr. Man. I have some lovely news for you, my guy. I forgot I already gave you a job. Well, good news, my friend, Mr. Man. You are going to be relocated to a new place of business, and I think you'll find it quite cozy. Please just step into our first-class limousine here, and we will take you right there, my friend. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, I know. New business opportunities, relocation. It can be really stressful, but I understand. Attaboy. We will, however, have to temporarily relieve you of your position, but don't worry, you'll get your job back basically immediately. You're not getting like docked pay or anything like that. We're just gonna, you know, make things easy as we are moving. You know, you understand. He's a businessman. He understands the. Oh, terribly sorry about the weather. The forecast was not quite accurate, it seems. I'm so sorry about this, sir. But I'll tell you this, Mr. Man. Your new place of business is significantly more safe than, you know, this location here. Significantly more safe. It is a fortress under the earth, even. Sorry about, like, recycled air or anything about that. We have, very open pathways, as you'll see here in a minute. So you don't gotta worry about stagnant air or anything about that. The most important thing that you have to worry about is what sort of hat to wear when you get upgraded to your new position, Mr. Man. Hell yeah. I know, just it's necessary part of the process. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy your limousine ride, big dog. This is such a privilege, actually, because you'll be the first person to see the newly constructed Victoria Queen Tunnel. The Queen Victoria Tunnel. There you go. There's a, like, name-sounding name. Check this out. This was handcrafted by yours truly. Look at this. Wow. Isn't it so fancy? What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Please fasten your seatbelt and just hang on, because this one's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. Whee! Plonk. A successful delivery. All right, let's get you situated. We'll have you on the east wing here. That'll be your place of business. So I did just remember that you do need a place to rest. So you do need a place to rest, so you wait right here in the limousine. I'll be right back with accommodation. Totally forgot to make beds. I don't want them finding their way upstairs and sleeping in my bed. I need to make more beds. Sure, I have sheep, but do I have wool? I have enough, but before I forget, I'm gonna get more. So terribly sorry about the wait, Mr. Man. That is entirely my fault. I apologize. Don't worry. I will make sure that. Tell you what, first month of rent on the house. That's just for you, buddy. All right. Enjoy your new place of residence, buddy. Your job's over there. Right there. Right there. Feel free to pick up where you left off. Feel free to pick up where you left off. The moment you pick up your job, the sooner you pick up your job, the sooner you can start getting paid. Yeah, see, money motivated. You gotta respect it. I am gonna place down the other beds while I'm here. At least the ones I can. So currently, we have a couple spots. And then we'll have another one here. And there'll be like cots lining the sides. And then I guess I could like fence them in with like trapdoors and stuff, maybe? I don't know, we'll figure it out. But right now, most importantly, we need to figure out getting the other villagers in here as well. Which, it shouldn't be nearly as hard. It shouldn't be any harder than with Mr. Man's. It's just a matter of like getting them in the boat and then, you know, getting them into the river. Because the moment I can get them into the river, we're smooth sailing. Pun absolutely intended. I gotta cash in my pun card at least once per episode. Conveniently, the farmers are still down here, so they are like right next to the water. One of them may have died to a zombie at some point. I'm not sure. All I know is we have literally the one stuck in that cube there. Ideally, you have both. Guaranteed we have one. Looks like we only have the one, unless he may have managed to go up into the village proper. All right, let's open him up. Go on out, buddy. You got a new place of business. Attaboy. Recuperate my lost resources as such. And sadly, I think the other villager absolutely 150% died. Rest in pieces. Don't worry. You'll have a job. So, points for you, my guy. I think I might make you a librarian too. You can join Mr. Man in trying to, you know, get me my my mending book. Sorry, you gotta watch your head in there. I didn't say anything about that. Whee! Plump. Ah! Right, I forgot beds are bouncy. That was fun. Let's move this out of the way temporarily. I'll go get you a lectern real quick, because those are super easy to make. Funnily enough, I feel like we can make a lectern out of his old box. That'd be kind of funny. It's like this, right? No. Right, it's a bookshelf. Luckily, I think we have the resources for that. We definitely have leather. Yeah, we have the resources. As such, no. Slab up top? Slabs all around? Slabs all around. The lectern recipe always confuses me in that regard, so I guess it's not, quite as super easy as I once said it was. Just so you get the right idea, we'll go ahead and put you right next to your new place of business. Hey, Mr. Man, got a friend for you. I'm sure you reckon. Oh, hey, look, he's eager to get work. All right, either of you have anything interesting? Breach 1? I think that's an axe enchantment, isn't it? Isn't that the one that gives you, like, armor penetration? In which case, dope. Respiration 3 as your first book? Not bad. And you're both buying paper for the same price. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so now let's head back up to the village one more time and see if there's one more person we can get, because there's one more person I know existed there at one point or the other, because they started out as a kid and then they grew up. So they should still be at the top of the Nameless Mountain. They may have perished much like the other farmer. I have a feeling that they may still be alive purely because they were slightly farther out, so maybe their chunk hadn't loaded, so they can't have been attacked, but I'm not sure. It's also very possible that like he fell into the Nameless Mountain and, you know, is now never to return. I suppose I should have considered that as well, but hey, here we are. That's what I get for being very slow about actually getting my village and my market stalls put together. Keeping out for any hurrying, that'll be your first indicator that something's up. To anyone left alive in this village whatsoever, I have a wholesome and very lucrative job opportunity. Ha ha ha! Convenient. Okay, you two wait literally right there. Do not move. Don't worry. We're gonna figure this out together, guys. We're gonna mount a rescue operation. I just need you to stay right there. Don't move. This is very important. It's imperative even that you do not move. That works too. All right. Love that. Love that energy. You guys are gonna be great workers. So y'all wait right there. I will be here with a tow truck real soon, and we'll get you guys home. Not just home, but home and employed. So look forward to it, big guys. I had no idea there was 2 guys up there. I straight up didn't. Was there someone who like existed in the cave and then the kid grew up and went also to the cave? Regardless, we actually have a use for the new feature of being able to tow boats. So we need a utility boat right now. We need our lead, and we gotta go tow Utility Boat Junior. Now, what jobs do I want them to be? I guess I could do more librarians just for even more chances at a mending book. I might just do librarians until I get a mending villager and then worry about like reassigning people to different jobs. I feel like that might be the best course of action here, because among many things of why you want a mending villager, a mending book would be amazing just so I can use my trident. I could skip using the axe entirely and just use my trident for combat the moment I get a mending book. So it's really, really important that we get a mending villager. And as it stands, we have 4 separate opportunities to do so. So ideally, we get this done without even having to reroll anyone. Because if memory serves, rerolling villagers is way more complicated now. But I suppose if the situation calls for it, we'll have to find out. But right now, before we even worry about rerolling villagers or getting a specific mending book, we have a rescue operation. We have what are potentially the 2 remaining surviving villagers of the village of the Nameless Mountain. Alas, this place is cursed. It's like the spine from the Aragon books. There's a specific reference for you. So we're just gonna tug these guys down the mountain and get them into the river so we can properly tow truck them down into their new place of business. Come on, guys. You got this. Am I okay to just walk with you, or are you gonna snap? It looks like I'm generally okay to walk. Ow. Yow. Alright, killer. Now we just head on over to Utility Boat Senior, tow these guys home, and get them set up with their new place of business. Hello, Utility Boat Senior. Good to see ya. Gotta be able to see my leads so I know, generally how far behind me they are and at what angle so I can actually, like, do this properly. I'm gonna go full confidence into this on the first try and just see what happens. Full confidence. Full confidence. Oop, I hit the wall. Alright, made it through, sweet. With minimal cranial damage. Alright, I'm actually gonna hop off my boat first, and then I'm gonna pull them in, just on foot. Hang on to your diapies, babies. I'll take the fall damage. Ouch! Oh, that is so much more fall damage than I thought it was. Damn. Okay, I might have to push them in. What happened? Where did they go? Did I... Uh-oh. That's not good. I hope they jumped down. Because they like, detected the bed nearby and survived. Oh. Okay, good. Yeah, they jumped down. Whoa. Heart attack. Damn. Okay, sweet. It worked out. We're fine. We're good. Everything's good. So apparently, if you are leading a boat and then you go under the water line, you can sink the boat. My heart kind of stopped when I saw a drowned sitting next to a sunken boat, but it looks like we're fine. Okay, with that in mind, we can now just make ourselves 2 more lecterns, and we can supply them properly with, job opportunity. Yeah, and then from there, we will have 4 library villagers with which to potentially get a mending book for our purposes, like 3 hours later. But hey, I set out to do something, and I did it, so I'm happy. And then we'll have to see about plugging in this hole again, which will be kind of annoying, but it won't be, like, awful. Oh, another trident. Yay-yo. Plump. Hey guys, good to see you. I guess from here, we'll just worry about filling up the hole and call it a day. So we'll just go ahead and grab our endless supply of dirt and cobblestone and go ahead and fill that bitch up. Oh, and I need, you. Yes. Almost forgot. Almost forgot. Hey, you're already mingling. Alright. Love to see it. Place our logs down for the roof, so it's nice and sealed. And now it's just a matter of filling this bitch up. Not like you're gonna see it, so there's no point in replacing it with specifically stone. Alright, that looks like random, stupid Minecraft generation. So I would say that's nice and plugged up. And then eventually the grass will, like, fix itself. Okay, after a long, arduous workday, well, several in the context of Minecraft, we can finally offload all of our random crap. And now we get to go see the fruits of our labor. Which, actually, before we do that, we have a lot of paper to make, because we have 4 librarians to give supplies. All of the paper you could ever desire, and let's go sell them some paper. Finally, I have some space in my natural resources chest. And then probably in the next episode, we'll worry about setting up an armadillo enclosure, and, we'll have like a 20-second situation where I fix this. Hey guys, who's first? Oh, right, dirt. All right, what you got, big dog? You do not buy paper, but you do sell bookshelves, which I do appreciate. What do you got? You also sell bookshelves. So I guess it's somewhat convenient that my bookshelf villagers are on this side, and then my paper selling, buying villagers are on that side. So I guess that's kind of cool. Piercing 2 is kind of cool, but I like multi-shot on my crossbow, so we might be rerolling you guys in general. Alright, you, my friend, are going to supply us with our first bips of paper and emeralds. Alright, you're Mr. Man, because you work on the left. And he resets. Buying books now and selling lanterns. We might be able to get you up pretty high level. But before we do that, we're going to get you up to the next level first. Just so we get the most XP usage out of our paper here. Alright, and you are selling Aqua Affinity. Kind of mid, but whatever. You are buying books, though, which is pretty convenient. Alright, Mr. Mans, I would like a bunch of lanterns, please. You are next level. You're really convenient selling lanterns, because that means I don't have to craft them, like, ever. Ooh. Selling glass is good. Buying ink sacks is awesome, because I literally live next to the ocean. Selling glass is pretty convenient, too, but it looks like that's probably going to be our best bet in terms of XP for you for the time being. So we'll go ahead and stock up on that for now. And, do you not want paper? I guess it's, like, crossed out, but it's, like, on sale, so you can't really tell. And you are still buying paper, so we'll go ahead and get our money purely from you real quick, so we can use that to level up Mr. Mans. He was just super into buying paper. Appreciate that. Is this enough to buy glass to get you to next level? You're damn right it is. Something good to eat, baby. Come on, show me what you got. Ooh, buying a book and quill is kinda cool. Selling compasses, that's gonna be okay XP. You're not looking like you're gonna be no mending villager, though. I think the final level is when you get your mending or not. So, we'll buy some compasses. You wanna buy some more paper, dog? Damn right you do. And those guys are only selling, or buying things, right? They're only selling things, I mean. Yeah. I could, in theory, buy bookshelf from this guy and then crack it open and sell books, but I don't think I get enough to make it worth it. So, let's see. We can buy one more compass from you for more XP, and let's make a pit stop. Let's harvest our sugarcane crop to see if we can just barely make out him getting to master level, because I would like to really see what his master level wares are going to be. I don't need these compasses. I will keep the glass, though. That's really convenient, because he may not have very many things helpful in terms of, like, wares I can buy, but does have quite a few things that are really cool in terms of selling, which I do really appreciate. Especially the buying ink sacs one. That's probably the best one I could ask for. The squids are one of the few animals that respawn. So with the fact that I live next to the ocean, if I can get looting on an axe or something, I'm laughing. That is easy money right there. Because the exchange rate for emeralds to ink sacs is really, really good. Which, speaking of, our next villager we make is probably going to be a Fletcher, so I can get someone that buys flint and sticks. Ideally, we get that on one villager, but that's a pretty rare combo. Turn all of this into paper, and let's see about selling this to Mr. Man, and maybe potentially, hopefully making up the difference to be able to get him to master level. Hey guys, me again. You are Mr. Man's, and you are buying paper still. I probably should have seen if I could buy that or sell it to Mr. Man so he gets even more XP. But I didn't, so here we are. 3. 1, 2, 3 might be enough. Just barely not. That is infuriating. Okay, I might honestly go look for some ink sacs, because like he's so tantalizingly close. Alright, actually, before I commit to ink sacs, is there anything more convenient that you're buying? Books, kind of. I guess I could make books, but what's the exchange rate? So 3 paper, yeah. It would be better for me to make books while I have leather, which, granted, there you go. There's a reason to keep cows around. So maybe it would have been more smart of me to turn the paper into books specifically to sell instead of just going all in on paper because the exchange rate is so much worse, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying my best over here. Grab our leather, grab you, turn that all into books. That's definitely enough to get him to the next level. And honestly, I'm probably going to sell the rest of this paper to other guy. The other one I haven't given a name to. This is going to be really disappointing if he doesn't have literally anything, but we're going to find out. Mr. Mans, you're sleeping in the wrong... Mr. Mans, hey, wake up. I have books for you, big dog. All right. One book, or one batch of books got him to master level, and he... Honestly, I don't hate that. He's selling name tags. Now I don't have to find them. I would have loved, obviously, for that to be a mending book, but beggars can't be choosers, and of all the things it could be, name tags I really don't hate. Thanks, Mr. Man. Now you wake up. Can I do anything with you? You are buying books too. Sweet. All right, and we're gonna do a smart and get... Oh, you're... Okay, I will see you in the morning then, because I'm not gonna waste books on a level that... I want to be a little bit more attentive on the shop XP I give my villagers. What with the fact that I'm trying to, like, finagle out some extra, like, inventory management here. Not inventory management, stock. I think Mr. Man and Dude Guy. Those are going to be my paper villages. Hey, Dude Guy, how you doing? Paper yet? Sweet. Journeyman's buying glass. Or selling glass. Still buying books, though, so we'll go ahead and do that. And that might be enough glass to level you up. Sweet. I will not be doing anything past that, though. Emerald Villager. Unbreaking 2. Honestly, it's a little bit worse in terms of XP, but I think I prefer that because we have a grinder. XP isn't really an issue so long as I, like, you know, have time to grind. So Unbreaking 2, that's guaranteed Unbreaking 3 whenever I want it. It's just a matter of, like, you know, buying it and then getting levels. Hi, by the way. Okay, so we have 2 very okay villagers, and honestly, I don't hate that. So I'm just going to finish this up with some more glass, and then we're going to call it, because that's plenty. That's plenty. We now have a villager that's selling name tags, and we have a villager that's selling mending 2, but no, mending 2. Oh my god. Unbreaking 2 bucks, which, of course, is a pipeline to infinite Unbreaking 3. Obviously, it's not quite as good as just buying a straight up Unbreaking 3 book, but honestly, depending on how it works, it might be cheaper to just buy and upgrade the Unbreaking 2s. Most importantly, put the paper away, and just, like, toss these fucking compasses somewhere. Hey, axolotls. Blue, Goldie, here you go. Fun. They'll find their way. And so that is this episode of the Wolf Quest, baby. All right. I'm still upset that I'm not using Optifine, so I can't do, like, the funny zooms on my Minecraft skin, but I suppose Snowy can do that in post, so, like, whatever. I would say, while that was a long one, and a lot of it was time lapses, I would say that's a very productive episode. We have four librarians now, two of which are selling some things that are actually pretty damn good, even if they're not mending books. So I am going to end this video here. If you generally enjoy this video, consider dropping a like, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to become a pup if you haven't already, and hit the bell so it actually does something. A huge shout out to all of my lovely patrons. I love you all so much. If you would like to support me and the channel, you can do so on Patreon for just $5 a month and get a bunch of cool perks. My name is Vixie, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye!